Hello Sparkle Squad, this is Monica and I have a new 2024 planner. This year I even got some little goal sheets here that I can also do like affirmations and other types of things that I thought would be pretty cool. I have taken all the plastic off. Now if you're into ASMR, the sensory responsiveness that you get from hearing like crinkly sounds and maybe watching some hand movements or anything visual or auditory, you might want to pop over to my channel. I'm going to have that over at probably my Crafty Gal ASMR channel. Now every year I usually get a planner. Even since I've gone to a remote position now, I do not really need a planner, but I still get one because I utilize a lot of my things online electronically now. I mean, I was using both paper and electronic. I have all kinds of organizational tools that I use on my phone as well as my computer. I use Outlook, I use Excel spreadsheets, all sorts of things. But I just can't break away from planning because I love stationery for one. I love to have a nice new planner for two. And I have a pen addiction for three. And stickers. I know I'm 50 years old, but I still love my stickers. I was getting a really colorful Lily Pulitzer planners, but they the designs and things got a little bit too wild for me. I try to get like the pinks and blues to stick with my Sparkle by Monica brand. And some of the colors that were coming out just did not float my boat. I transitioned over to getting some planners from Amazon. Now, I will have to say, many of them are quite a bit less expensive than the Lily Pulitzer brand. However, some are not as high quality. Some maybe don't have the size that I want, whatever. But I have really gotten lucky the last 3 years in particular. And I have videos that show you those brands. I haven't had any kind of problems with the ones that I've purchased. Now, these pens, I took out my little pinks and blues because, you know, I had to write in my planner in my ASMR version of the video. And also so I can show you what I've got for the month of January. This is a new thing. I just thought that this would be something cool that I could have. It's a pad. It doesn't actually stick onto anything, but I can do a lot of things with this that will be helpful for me. I am going to have this down there in my office so that I can actually write any kind of daily appointments. And then I'm going to try to be good this year with doing some daily affirmations in order to help combat some of my negative self-talk that I do a lot. I have not really talked about it a lot on this channel, but I have had multiple situations throughout my life that have contributed to, you know, various issues of negative self-talk. I'm a very harsh critic of myself. So I'm just wanting to have a little bit more positivity for myself because I give all of my sparkly joy and positivity to others in order to try to help you get over whatever you've got that's bothering you. That's why I love to have this channel, is to be able to share a lot of things with you guys as far as my jewelry making and my silly sparkly shenanigans and everything, because I do enjoy making people laugh and feeling like you have learned something and being entertained. But that doesn't leave a whole lot of that sparkly vibe left over for myself. And I do find that once I get tired, especially as I'm older, I don't have the propensity for staying up at all hours of the night without paying for it the next day while I'm trying to create after I work. And, you know, whatever the drama of the day, whether it's on the news or in family or, you know, the neighborhood, you know, you have to deal with all of these different things. And I might not have the leftover sparkly vibe that I need. So I thought that this year it would be cool to implement something like this. I've also reached out to my friend Dee, and I've talked about her before on my channel. She has a wonderful channel as well as a website where you can get certain types of readings and personal coaching, mentoring, and things like that. She's being certified this year for some coaching. So I think that's amazing. And I took her up on it as far as a motivational, like daily affirmation type of thing to help me get a little bit more positively acclimated in my walking on the treadmill situation whenever I usually make excuses because outside it's raining or snowing or it's just too cold or I just don't wanna. So I'm getting her help with that. And I thought that this would also be another good way that I could make little positive quotes, because I love those positive quotes. You know, just kind of keep myself on track, talk about whatever I'm thankful for the day, any kind of takeaways that I have, and my wins, because that's in the positive realm. This year in particularly, it just seems like it's starting out as just another continuance of the last 4 years of chaos and misery for a lot of people. And I'm trying to avoid that at all costs. It's really wearing on me. I'm usually trying to be positive all the time. I'm just losing the ability to do that. So this year, I'm trying to get a little bit more in the realm of tools that I can use to help me stay on track where I want to be. And that will also help me to help you guys to continue to stay on a sparkly vibe as well. So the thing that I love about this, now I got both of these things at Amazon. This is Plan with Laura, and it's got a little sparkly design in the paper. It's not actually got sequins on it, but it's a sparkle of a paper effect, so I liked that. And then I thought because I had the blues and the pinks, it's kind of a peachy pink, it went with the planner that I chose that has some blues. Now, I didn't have any real pink on there. I think there's a little touch of it right here, but it's that peachy pink, okay? So I thought this coordinated very well with it. And I can track how much water I've had for the day, which is another little reminder that's in the positive vein because I must hydrate a lot better. And I like that I can put the dates on there. I don't have to do these every single day, but it's, you know, awesome if I do. They are double-sided. On the back side is blank. So this can be whatever I want it to be on any of these sections here. If I want to make a grocery list, I can do that here. If I want to just, you know, jot some sort of notes from a meeting or from whatever I might be thinking about. Maybe I'm going to plan a YouTube video or something. I can do that here in these sections. And then because I have a date on there, then I can keep that within my planner if I want to, or I can hole punch it and put it on a binder ring and do that, or put it in a folder. It's whatever I want to make it, and I thought that that would be a cool thing to use for 2024. Do you all use anything like this? If you do, leave me some suggestions below in the comments as to what you use yours for and what's your favorite. This planner is actually from a company I've not ordered from before. I ordered it from Amazon, but the seller I think is called Imunda. Now this is made in China, but it is everything that I wanted at the price point that I could afford, and I am not seeing any kind of quality problem except for this last little rung here on the metal spiral here. It got a little bit more bent towards the center, and I'm just having to straighten it out a little bit, which is no big deal because you can see it just looks normal now. So it's just how it happened in the packaging. The print is a vibrant color, and it is a hard cover planner, which is what I needed, and it's also got a lot of the other features that I was looking for. This is an 8.5 by 11 size, and I get those large sizes because I figure if I'm going to have a monthly planner that I'm going to be using paper and stuff for, that I want something that's large enough that I could actually put a sheet of paper or, you know, some notes or whatever in, like I'm using a folder. That's another reason why it's also important that I have pockets. And a lot of these little planners only have one pocket when you open it up. This one has two, and the others did not. The thing also that caught my eye with this one is this clipboard. Look at that. Okay, so I have a clipboard on the front of my 8.5 by 11 size hardback planner. If I am wanting to deconstruct this at some point, I can do that just by removing the spiral here, and then I can save that because then it's just a clipboard. I've never had one of those little clips before on my planner, and I just wanted to test that out, and it was still less expensive than a lot of the other planners that did not have that feature. Now this is a monthly planner, but it also has weekly in it. So this has some positive quotes, which is another thing I like to look for. So we've got today is a new beginning. This one also came with some individual sticker sheets. Now, a lot of these planners, I've gotten the Tools for Wisdom. I think I've got Journal-tastic, Global Printed Products, Lily Pulitzer. So I've gotten several different types of planners over the years. And a lot of them will have a sticker sheet that's actually attached to the spiral in the back or on the front of the planner. This one's actually just got some loose little sheets here. So I don't see anything that has like the money sign that I can track my paydays instead of having to write the little dollar sign on there. But it does have some really cool stickers that I don't remember seeing before in some of my others. Like every artist was first an amateur, and that's exactly me. Break some eggs. I mean, I want to have some more protein in my life, and my husband likes to have his eggs in the morning in order to start his day out. It's got a lot of these nice little quotes here. Goals that are not written down are just wishes, so that's another reason why I want to write these things down. A little bit better about my goal tracking. And then it's got some other things like, you know, you're relaxed, maybe you're going on vacation, or you just got some of these little cute icons here you can use, some little smiley faces. Look, there's some sparkles. It says glow, but whatever, we're going to call that sparkle. Just a lot of little cool things I can put on here to help jazz up my pages. So I'm going to have this for now here inside my front pocket. But wait, you said it had 2 pockets, Monica. Why, yes. Yes, I did. When you go all the way to the back, this is another good feature. So it still has the same quote, but this is another pocket here. So I could put some more of my notes, my stickers, whatever it is that I want to kind of house all in this planner and utilize it as a clipboard slash folder slash planner, then I'm going to have every ability to do that. And that's just something that I thought was ultra cool because most of them only have 1 pocket. Okay, so it's got this little cover sheet here, but when I turn it over, it actually had another one. So I don't know if that was a mistake. It says weekly, monthly planner. It just says the same exact thing. I don't know what the deal is with that, but I'm all for additional prints and things. And probably what I'll do, since it is an extra, is I'm going to utilize these pretty little blue daisies as far as maybe a paper project. Then we're going to flip that over, and it's actually glossy. It's a glossy piece of paper, both of them are. We have a page that's got some personal information. You may or may not want to use the personal information page. Now for me, I might actually just, you know, put in my husband's information, because if something happens to me and I'm unresponsive at work, then they might actually get into my planner and see, oh gosh, here's her emergency contact information. Here's her husband, call him on his cell phone. If they just don't know that information, or they're not actually, they don't know how to get that from HR or whatever. So that's something you might want to consider. All of this other information, you know, do you really need a page like that? I don't know. I used to get these planners that had like 12 pages for your addresses and stuff, but I have an address book that I use, but I mostly keep an Excel spreadsheet updated anyway, so I don't even really use it in paper form. But what happens if your spreadsheet dies, or your PC gets murdered, or you know, something like that? You've got to have something, right? I'm old enough to know that, guys. I know you youngins are sitting over there thinking, but you should be in the cloud. Well, you know, not necessarily. So we're gonna move on, aren't we? And here's some more personal information. There's your emergency contact right there. Then we have some yearly overviews just in date form. That way, if I want to see what a Saturday in March is for 2025, I can go over here and see the dates it's going to fall on those Saturdays. And then holidays, that's always important. And this actually goes out several years. So we've got 2024, 5, and 6 for all of these holidays. And that's muy importante for planning. So, or it is for me anyway, because I'm always looking forward to, especially in my job, I have some contact information that I can utilize. That has a few pages, like an address books. Again, do you need to use that? Probably not, if you use other things to keep track of. But let's say you're sitting in a meeting and someone is giving you their contact information. They don't have a business card, they don't have a QR code, any of that business. Or maybe I'm sitting here watching a webinar or something, and somebody says, you know, whatever their contact information or their website is. I can use this section here for that kind of stuff and just jot it down, and then go back and update my electronic address books and whatnot spreadsheets. So that's something, you know, it's helpful. It's just an extra tool that you can have. So that there are values to having a paper planner, in my opinion. But again, I am 50 years old. I'm a lot older than probably many of you that are actually looking at this video, but I still love it. I still love the tactile feel of planning my year. So here is January 2024. Now, I used my little tool pens in my pinks and blues. I always like to use all the colors, so I just pulled this out for the video's purpose. I went ahead and wrote some things in here. I've got 2 holidays for January because of where I work, and also their federal holidays. I'm starting out the year saying that this is my year, and I'm hoping that it will be. I try to say that every year, and it's just, I don't know, sometimes it falters. But I can do this. I like that sticker. And then I put another little sticker here. I don't know if you can see it very well. Good things happen to those who plan. And then just off to the side in my pinks and blues, I wrote hydrate, walk more. If I do nothing else for 2024, those are my 2 main goals right there. I did really well during Walktober, which kind of bled over into November through a work challenge that I did for 2023. I plan to do that again this year, but I want to do that like every month and every day of every month if possible, just because I need to get better results with my physicality here. But in order to have these two be my main goals, let's say for a week I only walk maybe twice, right? Do I want to beat myself up for that? No. But do I want to hold myself accountable? Yes. Just try to plan better, make sure that I try to do various things to help motivate myself. But I'm not going to have any more negative self-talk. I'm really bad about doing that. This is another thing that I wanted to make sure that I probably should have put that up there at the very top. But you know, I digress. I'm very hard on myself, trying to be like a perfectionist. I'm not perfect. So I beat myself up for that a lot, and I need to stop doing that. Speak only kindness to myself. I have a story here about this. I'm at a Christmas dinner with my husband's family. My husband's 16-year-old niece comes over, and her mom wasn't able to attend, but she was there, and it's just so amazing how much she's grown up. And she's just such a sweetheart. She had been doing some traveling and stuff, and she goes to school and all that stuff, and we were asking her all kinds of things. And me, in my typical Monica way, I will diminish myself, or, you know, I'll, you know, make light of something that I do as if it's just silly, or, you know, something like that. She picked up on that. It's just second nature, because that's just, well, one, that's how I grew up. But two, that's just my personality. Because if you are at all prideful in any way that you speak of yourself, then you are going to be criticized for it. So that's just how I grew up. It's just ingrained, right? And I try to break myself of that, which is why I'm saying this. But she said, speak only kindness to yourself, Monica. And I just stopped, and I looked at her, and I thought, oh my Lord, out of the mouth of babes. Isn't that a quote? And I thanked her. I said, thank you. Thank you so much. I needed that. Thank you. I will do it. I will. So I am putting that here in my planner. And I know if she sees this video, she's going to think I'm a crazy person. But you know I am. See, there I go again. Speak only kindness to myself. Speak only kindness to myself. That's what I mean. So if you do that, then you also may want to speak only kindness to yourself. She is just such a sweetheart, and I thank her so much for saying that, because it is the absolute truth. Now, that said, we do need to have a level of accountability. And I'm the queen of excuses when it comes to any kind of thing that impedes my ability to bead. Because as y'all know, I love to bead. If I get off from work and my husband's going to pick up dinner, I run upstairs, because I have usually about an hour between the time that he is leaving the next town over and the time that he's going to get home. So if I don't have to go in there and be cooking a meal, I come up here and I try to either film a video or make a piece of jewelry real quick, something, while I've got some sort of quiet. But then my cats usually start up because they need to be fed, and they start screaming. I've got an elderly cat, and she's just driving us all crazy now. But the other two aren't as bad, but they all get started up, and then we got problems there. But I get maybe a 45-minute window that I can create something, and I do that. Trying to do laundry and cleaning and all these things that a lot of you wonderful people do. You should check out Vicky, my friend Vicky Marie. I think her channel is called Vicky Marie Living, and she's always living her best life because she is trying to self-improve all the time. And she just did a video that I watched not too long ago about how often you do things like dusting and mopping and all that stuff. And as I watched it, I found my head getting lower and lower and lower and lower and lower to my table, because I felt so ashamed. But then I had to rise up, because, you know, I was actually all those times not doing my chores. I was creating things. It's just I wasn't creating cleanliness. So, you know, but I do need to have better accountability with things, because my mind is always going, and it's always going on something that I can create with my beads, and that I can do via editing a video or something. So my mind is not into any kind of household chores or outdoor chores. So that's where I kind of falter. I need to get better about that. It's a goal. So wish me luck on that for 2024, guys, okay? It has that notes section. It has your previous month and then your next month for whatever month that you're currently in. And I like that it has these nice blocks. I think it's like a 2x2. Yeah, so it's a 2x2. And that is a lot of writing space each day. I can put stickers on there, and it's really cool. I enjoy that. I don't like those little tiny ones. And also, I do like that this has lines inside my blocks. But when we flip over, we get the weekly view, and you also get an opportunity to put whatever your priorities are for that week. I kind of struggle with these. I never usually ever use the weekly. So every month I usually have a waste of all of these pages. I would like to see those monthly planners have your monthly tab, right? But instead of having all this weekly stuff that a lot of us don't actually utilize, then have more pages for like this kind of stuff right here. And it's kind of the back. So maybe 8 pages in between each month. And you've got 12 months. So that's already 72 pages of paper that you're not really going to use, right? Why not have those 72 pages be something like this? That way you've got a front and back to something that you can do something that's like this. I think that would be a lot better use of a planner, because I am the broad picture kind of a person. Any kind of notes that I have, I use the little note section over here or the little blocks themselves. I do stickers. There was a 8.5 by 11 planner. Although it still had weekly, it had the monthly view and the weekly view, but it had something like that incorporated, but it was really expensive. I think it was like 90 bucks. So that is something that, you know, not everybody's willing or able to pay $90 for a planner, you know, a hardcover planner. And that one wasn't even actually hardcover. It was one of those glossy, like cardboard types of covers. This is kind of another little picky thing that I have because of my type Aism. So if I want to go to February, I pick up the February tab and I flip it over. Well, when I flip it over, it goes instantly to the week, and I think, huh? Where's my month of February? Well, it's actually just over here. So it is on a February month page, but February started over here where there's no tab. So I don't like that. I think the tab should be over here. It would land me on my monthly view. So that's a little pet peeve that I have, but I can get over it real quick. So I've got a Valentine. I'm going to make a heart. And then we have President's Day, which for me is a holiday. Now I have something for February, guys. Isn't this exciting? I don't have anything that's pink for like the month of Valentine's, but I do have some red. Looky here. Put another little baby heart there. This other heart over here. Pickled pink, even though it's in a red tab. I'm going to put that up here. And then maybe let's do a quote. The future is bright, make it fun, overflowing with love. There we go. Oh, that's what February is going to be about. All right, so now I have some little goodies there, but wait. What are we talking about here for our notes? I think we're going to say the same thing we did last time. Hydrate and walk more. Now, the speak only kindness to myself, no more negative self-talk. If I want to fill that in, okay. But as I'm going to wait until I get a little bit closer into February, because I might want to have additional actual work notes or something else on there. Now, it does have the positive quotes to start you off on the planner. But I do enjoy those planners that at the beginning of the page for the month, they have a quote up there for you. This does not. Again, this was a little bit lower price point than some of the others, though, because of the other two cool features, I just opted to write my own quotes. And that would be something fun to do. I'd have to learn how to write a little bit better, but what are we saying, Monica? No more negative self-talk. Okay? Speak only kindness to myself. So that is the monthly and the weekly view. I've got a little snapshot of the whole month, February, and then the next month coming up. These are nice tabs. They're not just paper tabs, they're laminated. I find that extremely useful because they get a lot of wear. Now, something too on this particular planner, I would have liked for these tabs to match the blue and the flowers. But if you think about it, it still kind of does, because some of the watercolor effect here is this teal green that you have throughout the rest of your tabs and the writing and stuff like that. But I would have loved to have seen that blue carried through the planner. And then you just have blank pages. And so you got 7 blank pages here that you can use to make notes. You can write letters, whatever it is you want to do. And they are double-sided with the lines on each page, on each side of the page. And then you have your final pocket, where I've already got a little note here. And I do like that it has a contrasting pattern. This is the back. Now this was the other cool feature. A lot of the ones that had the clipboard on the front did not still have the band. And I like the band because it can keep my planner closed. And some people don't care about that because if it's a hardback planner, I mean, it's heavy on its own, so you don't have to worry about it just flying open usually. But if you are going to be carrying a lot of these little loose pages or post-it notes or whatever it is that you're going to put into your planner, you might want to actually utilize one of these bands here. Now, here's another cool thing. It has a pin loop, guys. Now, the other pin loops that I use, because I like to get these pins that have the nice grip, my pins are usually too fat to go through these. Let's see if this one will work. Oh my goodness, look at that. I love that. Oh, it worked. It's not too big. So I can clip it on there. It ends perfectly at the end of my planner, and it's on the clippy thing there, so it's double clipped, so to speak. Now, I would have put that pin loop up here at the top. The other nice feature that it has are these metal corners. So on all four corners, front and back of your planner, of this hardback cover, it is an extra little protection for us to have. So it's just all these little touches that I really enjoyed. I'm looking forward to using this planner. But this was an excellent buy for me. At Amazon, it was $14.39 for this planner guide. This is something that is not exactly the print that I would have chosen, but it's still beautiful to me. I love flowers, and I also love watercolor. So I'm really happy with it. But for $14.39, and it has a lot of the key features that I love. That's a big cost savings. Then this, because it's the Bloom brand, plantwithlar.com, but I think this is also in those Bloom planners. Yeah, empowered by bloomplanners.com. This pad of papers was $8.99, and it is 80 pages on a 6x9 pad, and it's double-sided. This worked out very nicely for me for just a little bit over $21 for both of these together. That's what I normally would drop for like the Tools of Wisdom or the Global printed products. But this got me everything that I wanted pretty much. And I'm looking forward to using that for 2024, guys. Let me know below in the comments what kind of planners you use, what's your favorite brand, and all of that good stuff. I'd be interested to check those out as well, just to see what I've got as options for next year. I just can't get over that. That's just so cool, because I can't tell you how many times I've been in a meeting and I would have loved to have been able to put whatever meeting handouts they had into the clip and then been able to hold it on my lap and make the notes on whatever they had. But if I'm not being able to sit at a table and I'm having to write on my lap, I can hold this up and use that just like this very easily instead of having all kinds of crazy the other way. I'll be sure to leave my affiliate links to Amazon below for the items that I've shown you here, and maybe a few other planning types of things that I've gotten in the past that I thought were pretty cool. If you utilize those, I really do appreciate that. But I hope that you've enjoyed looking at this new planner with me. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and share this with any of your jewelry making customers that might like my content here, as well as any of the planner aficionados that you know in your life that might appreciate different types of planner brands. And if you've not already done so, please subscribe to my channel. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope that you have a sparkle-tastic 2024, y'all.